This is Google Docs that you're looking at, and in order to use Google Docs, you have to be logged into your Gmail, your Google account, and then you'll find in one of the pull-down menus, either the menus up at the top, you'll either see it right here, Documents, or if you click the More button, oftentimes you'll see it right in here if it's not already sitting up in here. So to get to this page, now this is my Google Docs page, and I have a lot of Google Docs. You won't have any initially, but you'll start probably building more in your Google Docs account. The Google Docs is many tools, but for this, we're just going to focus on the word processing one and do a little comparison between Google Docs, Word Processor, and Microsoft Word and Mac's Pages. And so in order to create a new word processing document in Google Docs, you go over here and you click the Create button and you go to Document. And what you'll see is something that looks just very similar to what you saw in Microsoft Word and in Mac Pages, just a little bit different in that it doesn't have quite as much stuff. Google Docs just kind of has the basics, the tools that people tend to use the very most in a word processing document. One of the big differences is in Microsoft Word and in Pages, you have to hit save in order to name your document, and then you have to continually save your document to make sure that you don't lose any of the work that you've done. Google Docs is a little different than that. When you click this up here and you name your document, once you've done that, Google does all the saving for you. And one of the another big difference is that with Microsoft Word and Pages, your work is sitting on your computer. And that's where it is until you decide that you want to share it elsewhere. With Google Docs, and you can't access it unless you're on that computer. With Google Docs, your document sits in your Google account, so no matter what computer you're on, if you have an internet connection and you can log into your Google account, you always have access to your documents, which is really, really handy, especially for students. Maybe if you're in a situation at school where you don't have you're not working on the same computer all the time, you work on a different computer at home, and at school maybe you work on different computers throughout the day. Google Docs is really ideal. You don't have to worry about carrying around a flash drive or emailing your stuff to you. Every time you can log into your Gmail account, you can access your Google Docs no matter where you're at. So that's really a handy thing. The other handy thing is that you don't have to keep hitting save like you do in Pages and Microsoft Word. If you look under this file here button, you won't see any save menu option. That's because Google Docs saves automatically, like every minute it backs it up and saves it. And you'll see right here, it says all changes saved. Every change you make is automatically saved. Your last edit was seconds ago. I haven't done anything to it yet. Anyway, let me type some text in here. And you just start typing just like you do in the other word processing programs. Just like with the other word processing programs, you can highlight and you can do things like bold it, italicize it, underline it, and take those items off. You can also change the color of your font to any color that you want. You can change the style of your font. It doesn't have quite as many different kinds of font as Pages and Word do, but there's enough that if you want to get a little bit creative, you can. You can also change your font size. And it has some other options like the undo, like for example, if I have this highlighted and I accidentally delete it, oops, I can undo it and put it back. And it also has the alignment buttons over here for being able to align your text where you want it to. And also the numbered lists and the bulleted lists, just like Word and Pages do, which is really handy. The other thing that that Google Docs can do is I can share this with other people. Right now, this document is private. Only I can access this. But if I want to, this is where I would click, and I can share my document with others. Okay, right now only I can access my document, but if I enter some Gmail addresses in here, I can share this document with others. Some of the things that we'll be doing in this course may involve you sharing a Google Doc with me, so that that means not only can I see it, but I can also write in the document. And so this is where you would add the people that you're going to share it with. Is right in this box here, and then you click done. And what Google Docs does is it automatically sends that person a little notice and says somebody shared a Google Doc with you, and so here it is, and it will give those people access to it. Now, if this is your Google Doc and you're sharing it with me, what that means is that I can also type and do things in this document, and I can do them at the same time that you're doing them. So that's a really handy feature that Google Docs has that Microsoft Word and Pages don't have, is this real-time sharing that you can do. So those are just some basic differences and a lot of similarities that you'll see between the three word processors that we've looked at today. And there are other word processing programs out there, but most of the basic features, especially if you look at the features that are included here on Google Docs, very similar amongst all word processing programs. And the key combinations that I had mentioned before, Apple C is for copying. So if I want to highlight this text and hit the key combination, or not Apple, sorry, Command C, and then I move my cursor down and Command V, it will copy it for me. If I want to cut and move text somewhere else, I can go Command X and put it back up here above, Command V, and it pastes it back. So cutting and pasting, copying and pasting, those key combinations, those features are the same in every word processing document.